Jews are widely recognized for their great prosperity, and while this perception is sometimes seen as a label, there is no denying that many of the world's richest people are of Jewish origin. A notable example is Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, whose fortune is estimated at around $114 billion. Another example is Larry Ellison, founder of Oracle, who has a net worth of $116 billion. In addition to these giants, other Jewish billionaires include Michael Bloomberg, finance mogul and former mayor of New York, Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, Steven Schwartzman, founder of the Blackstone Group, one of the largest investment companies in the world, and Lynn Blavatnik, who made his fortune in industry and entertainment. Although not all Jews are billionaires, a significant part of the community has achieved notable financial stability. How has this community, which has faced centuries of persecution, discrimination, and exclusion, managed to accumulate so much wealth and influence? In this video, I will show you the secrets of Jews to building wealth so quickly. I'm sure you'll be impressed by what I'm about to tell you. These are secrets that few know, and you'll discover them now. Let's begin. European Jews were prohibited from owning land. Nowadays, investing in real estate is one of the most common ways to build wealth, but in medieval and early modern times, this was an impossibility for Jews in Europe. They were barred from owning land in many European countries due to discriminatory laws that severely restricted their rights. Land ownership was the main path to wealth and security, especially in agricultural economies. Since Jews were denied this option, they were forced to seek other ways to generate income. Thus, many Jews began to excel in commerce, financial administration, and banking. The Christian Church's restrictions prohibited its members from charging interest on loans, while Jewish law allowed this practice. This gave Jews a unique opportunity to act as lenders and money managers in a world where credit was in high demand. While Christians had greater access to opportunities like land ownership and maritime trade, they relied on loans provided by Jews to finance these activities. This phenomenon gave rise to families of bankers and merchants who dominated the economic scene for generations. Over time, the financial expertise developed by Jews became one of the foundations for the accumulation of wealth and dominance in various economic sectors. Discrimination strengthened community cohesion. Before the French Revolution of 1789, Jews were often treated as outsiders in many European countries. Not only did they face social prejudices, but they were also subject to a series of discriminatory laws that prevented them from fully participating in economic and social life. For example, while other citizens were taxed as individuals, Jews were often required to pay collective taxes, being seen as a separate community entity. Additionally, they were forced to live in segregated ghettos, where life was harsh and opportunities were limited. However, this exclusion also had the effect of uniting the Jewish community, strengthening internal bonds, and fostering a network of support and cooperation. Jews developed strong social cohesion based on mutual trust, helping each other in times of difficulty. The exclusion also forced them to specialize in trades that did not depend on land ownership or access to guilds. This led many to turn to commerce, science, medicine, and philosophy, areas where they left a deep mark. This internal solidarity and the culture of supporting and uplifting one another have persisted throughout the centuries, creating an effective network of cooperation that, even in times of persecution, allowed the Jewish community to thrive. The Jewish religion's relationship with money. While medieval Christianity viewed the accumulation of wealth and the charging of interest as morally questionable, Judaism had a more pragmatic and permissive approach to money. In Jewish culture, money was not considered a necessary evil, but rather a tool that could be ethically used to benefit both the community and the individual. The practice of charging interest was seen as an essential aspect of a healthy economy, as long as it was done fairly and equitably. Furthermore, Judaism promotes values of integrity in business, which made Jews seen as trustworthy and respected business partners. The Jewish view of wealth is based on clear religious precepts. Wealth, when generated honestly, is a sign of divine blessing. The idea of stewardship is also fundamental, where wealth is seen as something to be managed wisely for the common good. Not only is the accumulation of wealth encouraged, but its use to benefit the community is seen as a responsibility. This led many Jews to thrive in areas that others avoided, such as finance and commerce, resulting in great fortunes accumulated over time. If you're enjoying this content so far, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. I'm preparing a series of videos that will transform your financial life, and you don't want to miss it. Compassion and mutual support. One of the most important pillars of the Jewish religion is the practice of tzedakah, or charity. Unlike other cultures, charity in Judaism is not just an act of giving, but a deeply rooted religious and moral duty in the faith. Tzedakah is not simply giving money to the needy, it is doing so in a way that helps them get back on their feet and become self-sufficient. The Jewish community has a strong tradition of supporting its less fortunate members, ensuring that when they achieve success, they also help others prosper. This cycle of charity and continuous support has created a culture of reciprocity and mutual elevation. Additionally, the concept of tzedakah extends beyond the Jewish community, encouraging support for causes that contribute to the greater good of society. This support is often given anonymously, without expecting recognition, to avoid embarrassing the recipient. In doing so, those who receive help eventually give back as they improve their condition, creating a virtuous cycle of prosperity. Education as a central pillar. According to a global study by the Pew Research Center, Jews are the most educated religious group in the world, with an average of 13.4 years of formal education. Historically, Judaism has always placed enormous importance on education, not just as a means of social mobility, but as a spiritual obligation. The study of the Torah, the Jewish sacred text, and continuous learning are seen as paths to wisdom and closeness to God. This emphasis on intellectual knowledge led Jews to develop a culture of academic excellence, valuing both secular and religious education. In modern times, this prioritization of education has resulted in great academic and scientific achievements. Many Jews have gained access to prestigious universities and research centers, which open doors to high-level careers in fields such as medicine, law, technology, and finance. Education is seen as a fundamental investment, not just for the individual, but for the future of the community. And this is reflected in Jewish families, who often make great sacrifices to ensure that their children receive a quality education. Values passed down from generation to generation. Financial education and knowledge about money management are passed down from parents to children in Jewish culture, creating an intergenerational tradition of good financial practices. From an early age, Jewish children are taught the importance of saving, investing, and managing their resources well. This knowledge comes not only from books or schools, but also from the practical example of parents and grandparents who model responsible behavior regarding money. Moreover, family values emphasize the importance of thinking long-term. Jewish families tend to plan financially, not just for themselves, but for future generations, ensuring that wealth is preserved and grows over time. This careful planning is one of the reasons why many Jewish families maintain their wealth across generations, rather than spending or losing it quickly. This also includes respect for hard work and merit, encouraging new generations not to rely solely on inheritances, but to seek their own success. Determination and resilience. The Jewish people have a long history of persecution and suffering, from slavery in Egypt to exile in Babylon to the Holocaust, one of the darkest moments in modern history. However, over millennia of adversity, Jews have always demonstrated a remarkable capacity for recovery and adaptation. This resilience has become one of the pillars of their culture. They have learned to turn pain and hardship into strength and determination to keep moving forward. In the business world, this attitude translates into unwavering persistence. Jewish entrepreneurs tend to keep trying, even when facing initial failures, believing that success will eventually come with effort. This culture of endurance and adaptation has allowed them to prosper in conditions that would have destroyed other communities. The ability to learn from mistakes and recover quickly has become a distinctive characteristic of the Jewish community, especially in business environments. Networks of contacts and community support. Judaism deeply values interpersonal relationships and support within the community. Historically, Jews have always maintained very strong networks of contacts, both in commerce and in social spheres. Even when dispersed in different parts of the world, Jews maintained contact with each other through family, commercial, and religious ties. These cross-cultural and transnational networks helped strengthen the community's cohesion and facilitate trade between different regions. In modern times, these networks continue to be a vital source of support and cooperation. A strong network of contacts can open doors to business, investment, and career opportunities, and many Jews make a point of supporting and promoting each other in both their business and personal endeavors. This help your neighbor mentality is one of the factors driving the collective success of the community. Efficient management of financial resources. The careful management of financial resources is a deeply rooted practice in Jewish culture. The idea of living within one's means, without going into debt or spending more than necessary, is highly valued. In Judaism, wealth is seen as a blessing from God, but also as a responsibility to be managed wisely. This includes the act of giving to charity, which ensures that the community as a whole prospers. Many Jews follow the principle of donating a portion of their earnings to social causes, helping to ensure that no one is left behind. Additionally, the practice of careful investing and long-term vision ensures that accumulated wealth is preserved and increased over time. Jewish families often educate their children about the importance of saving, investing, and budgeting from an early age, preparing them to manage their finances effectively. Prosperity is part of Jewish identity. Since ancient times, Jews have always seen prosperity as a divine blessing and a sign of success. However, unlike other cultures where the emphasis is on the afterlife, Judaism values success in this life. Wealth, when acquired ethically, is seen as a gift from God that should be used to improve the lives of both the individual and the community. The idea of prosperity is deeply rooted in Jewish identity, where health, success, and well-being are seen as integral parts of a full and dignified life. The pursuit of wealth is not viewed negatively, but rather as a way to honor the opportunities that God provides. Many Jews believe that through financial wisdom and hard work, it is possible to achieve not only personal success, but also contribute to the growth and strengthening of their community. If you've made it this far in the video and enjoyed it, comment below, "I want part 2. I'll prepare a special video for you with even more information about Jews." And now, on your screen, an amazing video that I've prepared especially for you is appearing. I'm sure it will add a lot of value to your life, so click on it and watch it now. Do it for yourself and for your future. See you soon.